everyone, welcome to OnyxEarth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless, it is love-based, and yes, it is 18 plus. So we're going to be looking at a continuation of the when they're jealous. We're going to see what your person's sexual energy is like, sexual thoughts, sexual feelings are like when, I guess, triggered by their jealousy. Since we're gonna play off of that jealousy energy, since you guys really responded well to that video. So let me just hop right into it. It can apply to any type of connection, an ex, a crush, a future partner, like the next person you're dating, what their jealousy is like in that 18 plus energy. It could be twin flame, soulmate, karmic connection, any type of love-based connection that this resonates for you. Okay, I do have some love-based oracle decks along with the tarot deck, and I also have some astrology-based decks so that we can get any zodiac placements, transits, houses, things from astrology that could details that could really make this resonate for you on a more personal note. So this is the point in the reading in which I describe the piles for those of you that may be visually impaired, or if you just prefer to listen to me describe the piles to help you select them. This is when that happens. Pile 1 is the red, orange, lighter. Pile 2 is the pink, purple, fuchsia colored lighter. And pile 3, it is the blue, green, aqua, or turquoise, your choice, colored lighter. Now you don't have to select the same one from the previous reading. If you saw it, you can select it a new one, you can select more than one, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so once you select your pile, I will see you at your reading. All right, pile 1, if you selected the red or orange lighter, then this is your reading. Let's see your person's 18 plus sexual thoughts or energy overall when jealous. Okay, let's get into it. Get a good little shuffle here. Let's see. Pile 1. Okay, so you've got 2 cards. You have the 3 of Swords. You have the Page of Wands. A very feisty energy here. Very, very feisty. So this feels okay. So it's almost like in some instances, this person may be turned on by the distress of being jealous. Like something like that's very different. But some of you that is the case. Like this person gets turned on by, in some instances, being upset, right? Like it's a kink that they have. So let me get another card and see. One card almost came out and it gave me a lot of information, but it didn't come out all the way. I got the Ace of Swords. I mean, the 8 of Swords, sorry. Sorry, I just dropped a bunch of cards. So I'll take, no, it's too many. It's too many. So it was the 8 of Swords, and it was like a card of like holding back of restraint. And now I have the 8 of Pentacles, which actually did come out. So that is good. Let's take the bottom. Okay, you've got the King of Pentacles. I can see what's happening here. So your person that you're asking about may very well be a bit very reserved, a little serious, not very expressive, right? You've got 2 Pentacles, the King of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, very about their business, very about their day-to-day, very well put together, structured, organized, not necessarily the most openly passionate person. Well, jealousy actually brings out this person's emotions. It makes them feel. So the Three of Swords isn't necessarily just pain, it is feeling overall, right? You see the swords cutting through the heart. It is an expression of emotion. So jealousy puts this person in a position where they can't deny their passion, how much they care about certain situations. So like if like this person can't deny how much they care about you when put in a position of feeling jealous. Like when they feel jealous, they feel wholeheartedly, one, the fear of losing you, but also that passion, like how deeply they feel. So with that Page of Wands, it does make them become a little more active. It does turn them on, because it's like the jealousy reminds them of their sexual attraction to you, if that makes sense. Now I will say, Page and the Eight of Pentacles, it's active. It's very, very active. So this person becomes a little more openly sexual and sexually aggressive when put in a position of being jealous, because normally you have that King of Pentacles energy, very reserved. Even the Eight of Pentacles is really about your business, right? Really structured, organized, you know, about things that I want to say tangible, but not really very emotional, not necessarily super romantic, just really trying to keep things in line. Well, Page of Wands is like, let me fight for my life right now, in the sense of jealousy. And like it is almost like a card of performance. So like at this point, like I feel like sex with this person is actually better, relatively speaking, when they're in that super emotional state of being jealous and whatnot. And that's the energy that we're getting. So let me pull from these astrology based oracle decks so I can get more energy. But I get that this person becomes more efficient and effective in that 18 plus energy when they have those feelings of jealousy. And you do have the surrender. So again, it's kind of, again, that passion, surrendering to those feelings, like not being able to shut it away, like not being able to be super reserved anymore, like reacting based on emotion, because this person normally acts from mind, right? Logical mind. The jealousy makes them act from their feelings in a way that is not normally how they would react. Actually, at the bottom, you do have release. So literally, it's a surrendering, a releasing, and kind of just letting loose. And release could also be a literal play on like orgasm, and actual release, a sexual release. So this person just literally kind of loses it in terms of being jealous. So like, and when I say lose it, I don't mean like blowing up in a chaotic way, but it's just like losing it in terms of kind of surrendering to the passion of the connection. So like if your person is normally, again, day to day, very reserved, very task oriented, this is the instance in which you'll get a little more spontaneous action, right? Like you'll have a little more passionate, more romantic feel of the connection in those instances. This is actually when you're more likely to get some spur of the moment action with this person, because it normally is very structured, planned, and such. I can see for a lot of you here. So let me, I'm shuffling the wrong deck. I'm like jumping straight to the love-based decks. I still have the astrology-based decks to pull, but I will show you attraction. So it makes this person, it's not that this person, it's not that it's making this person more attracted to you. Let me grab the right deck. It's that this person's, again, attraction becomes very openly expressed with their jealousy. Okay? They go to work with that Eight of Pentacles, right? Very invested in making sure that they perform well sexually for you. And again, also not only making it more enjoyable and pleasurable for you, but for themselves as well, because they're more open, right? With the surrender and release card, they're more open sexually. So in moments of jealousy, it just, I guess the sex is better for you with them, because again, they're not bottling up their emotional side at that point. Okay. I dropped a bunch of cards. So let's put them back and we will continue to shuffle. I forgot to mention in the intro that I do have the erotic sex and sex answers oracle hybrid, so that we can get very detailed, or as detailed as we can for this person. Your person seems reserved. Their freaky side does come out when they're jealous, but I don't see this person being super freaky naturally. Just making sure you know that. If you didn't, your reading's not gonna be that I don't want to say explicit. We can only be so explicit on YouTube. Okay. Trying to get a card from this numerology deck. It's not talking, so let's see. Okay, show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. So this person becomes, I was already thinking that with the surrender and release, this person becomes a little more adventurous with sex when they get jealous. Like they become a little more adventurous because Aquarius is kind of like a quirky energy. Show the real world the real you. It also shows like you see a side of them that you're not used to seeing. Like their actual sexual nature comes out when they're jealous, like in a way that you may not have seen. Like you may have seen this person's sexual side for the first time, if you haven't already, when they were jealous. I see for some of you, because like you see the real them when they're jealous. Again, it doesn't feel aggressive or angry. It feels hurt, vulnerable, and or super passionate, and like wanting to make sure you know that they are invested in you. So like that's when this person's feelings start to come out. You do have at the bottom, you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Again, that vulnerability that comes through when this person is jealous on a sexual way. Like they become more vulnerable emotionally and sexually as well with you. And again, open to exploring their sexuality more freely without inhibitions. So let me pull from this last astrology-based oracle deck. Yeah, this person becomes way more vulnerable, way more expressive, more open sexually, whether that is open to different sexual practices or just, again, being more open in terms of surrendering and releasing. Like, so if this person, some of you, if this person has issues with orgasms, then like that goes away with the jealousy, okay? And because Aquarius, I think I have two cards that hit the deck. I will take them in a second. But because you have that Aquarius energy, it shows, actually, Aquarius and Cancer, that is 11th house and 4th house energy. So Cancer being 4th house energy of the home, very private energy, and then Aquarius being very public energy of networks and acquaintances. This person gets jealous and makes sure that other people know that they get territorial, right? So like this is a person that would begin being very touchy-feely, making sexual advances towards you openly in front of people that either are the cause of the jealousy or just publicly to make sure like they kind of mark their territory. Like they'll get a little more touchy-feely, flirtatious, even sexual. Like they may even try to have sex with you in a not so private setting. Not saying like open for show, but like this person gets going, they get turned on in the jealous moment, and like maybe not even make it all the way home, right? But definitely, even if out and about and it's not going all the way out and about, the sexual energy builds up, and then obviously once they get you home, that's when it kind of unleashes that release, that surrender energy. So I do have two, so I can take these. Again, Neptune energy, dream and transcend. So very passionate energy. That is Pisces. 12th house energy, like very fantasy based. Like jealousy from this person kind of gets their mind going, like they start to get in their head a little bit, but they also, again, feelings, deeply passionate energy coming through with the Neptune card. And then you also have the house of sex, the 8th house, and you know that says transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacies. So like I said, the fear of losing you, the fear of you possibly seeking comfort elsewhere, it opens them up and makes them feel openly how they truly feel about you. Like how it's not just about the sexual attraction, but the romantic feelings, the feelings of love that they have for you. The jealousy awakens them to that realization. Not saying that they don't know that, not saying that they forget, but they truly have to feel how they feel for you when the idea of you being with someone else, when they're jealous, kind of comes about. Okay, so like I said, you have the house of sex, so 100% jealousy triggers them in a sexual way. Okay, opens them up, right? Especially with the 12th house themes here. At the bottom, you do have sun, self-express, embody truth. So again, that expression, that emotional vulnerability. You have Leo 5th house energy here, and because of that, it is 5th house of romance. It is pleasure and joy. So very, again, this person, I'm telling you, you have the best sex with this person. If you haven't, or if you have, think back when they are jealous, because that's just the energy that is coming through. Like very, very expressive, right? Very romantic, very passionate, very invested, very engaged. Lots of effort with that 8 of Pentacles, like really making sure that they're committing to sex with you and when they're in that energy of being jealous. So let me pull from these 3 love-based decks. Okay, control issues make sense. At the bottom of the deck, you have control issues. By trying to control the situation, you'll only slow down your answered prayers. Let the divine take the lead. So this person does have control issues. That's why, like, but again, you see that with that King of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles combination, and with release and surrender, that again, jealousy, they lose control, right? They lose control, and they're not able to hold back in a way that is limiting for them. I can see in some instances sexually on a regular basis. You have, it's a vibe. Enjoy the good vibes and energy with this person because they are like no other. So, and then you have break up. Time apart is on the horizon. This may be short term or long term. So let's see what that's all about. I did not see that breakup card. So it feels like this person, part of the kink, right, sexually for them, and the jealousy, and why jealousy seems to really make them more passionate and such, is that is like a kink for them. That whole running away, that runner chaser energy. Again, that's why you have release and surrender. It's it is that pursuit, that chasing, making sure they regain control, or making sure that you know that you're theirs. Like that's a kink for them, is that you're not going anywhere, or you're gonna come back energy for them sexually, and to be like, I guess, conquering or dominating, not in a violent or aggressive way, but just the conquering of you sexually. That is part of the jealous energy, like regaining control of the situation. Like that's just the way it's coming through. I hope I'm expressing that correctly. Let me pull from these other decks. Two cards already. That's crazy. So yeah, let your friends help you. It's at the bottom. It says ask for and accept support from others. And then you have reconciliation, see, with breakup, right? That, like makeup sex. That's what it feels like. This person likes a lot of makeup sex. Like they're the type to like with that 3 of Swords, they like the kind of, they're kind of drama filled a little bit. Like they like the drama of creating chaos and then releasing that energy in sex. You have chemistry, right? There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So yeah, it's a vibe, like chemistry. Like they feel like it makes the relationship interesting, that jealous energy. Like this person may actually make you jealous on purpose, or try to, or they'll think you're doing that. Like they just think they like that kind of chaotic energy of like getting all worked up and getting all passionate and like getting jealous, and then like staking their claim. Like that's part of the kink. And again, very, very passionate. Like that's when a lot of the best sex between the two of you would happen, because that's what gets this person off. Okay, so let me pull from this last love base deck, and we will get into that erotic sex answers hybrid. It's complicated, tried to come out. And yes, it is based on this energy that's coming through. So you have, I'm going to pull another one. You have social expectations. Keeping up the outward appearance, but inwardly wasting away is not fair to you or your partner. Learn to let go. So that is very similar to that Aquarius energy. Prize possession was at the bottom. I almost should have taken that, but we've already started to shuffle, because the energy that's coming through is that this person likes to with this Aquarius energy coming through with the 11th house energy. It is this person, when they're jealous, it's usually in a social setting. Like it's usually in an outside setting. It's rarely like, oh, at home, just getting into it. Yeah. Okay. So, cause like divine, okay, you have divinely guided at the bottom, playing the field, right? Somebody is not ready to settle down. Too much fun playing the field. Just be careful with your sexuality. So outside, like this, there's a lot of flirtatious energy. So this person gets jealous a lot in social settings with you. So like if you two are at a networking, and like, cause again, that's not actually, you do have the 5th house here. So you've got 5th house, 11th house, social, fun, for joy, but also the networking, just outside energy. It feels like one or both of you may flirt a lot when you're out and about together, and it creates, again, drama, arguments, just for the sake of, again, because of that kink. And then like you two would have like really passionate sex about it later, or even soon after. That's the part of that weird kink that this person has. Okay, so divinely guided is here. You have the wings, and then it says this love will be divinely guided. Trust the process in this relationship. You are exactly where you need to be. So you do have Neptune too with this. Let me put this here. You have Neptune and divinely guided. So again, like deeply, deeply spiritual, passionate connection. That's probably part of that whole kink that you have, where you two kind of merge into one another. But yeah, that's kind of the energy. And divinely guided also feels like a setup. Like it feels like, oh, you know, like it was intentional. Like again, the game playing and actively making someone jealous, whether that's on your side or their side. So let me get more details on the nature of the sexual energy for you, Pile 1. But a lot of the jealousy and the sexual energy surrounding it is very public and social, whether it's social for joy and pleasure in the 5th house, or social for networking, community work, things of that nature. So let's see. You've got protect yourself. Again, this person's normally incredibly guarded, whether that's sexually or just romantically in general, and they just cannot, like it goes, all of that guarded nature goes out the window when they get jealous. they're not very good at hiding intense emotions. And I see that this person rarely feels intense emotions. So jealousy is one of the emotions that's why it's working like that. It probably feels really weird that this person gets super turned on and super passionate and expressive from jealousy, but this person is not used to having to deal with intense emotions. So jealousy is one of their emotions that tends to be intense. So when they feel it, that's why it all comes out. Let me pull up these other two cards from the floor. You have Dress Sexy for Me. And then you have There's Someone Else in reverse. So yeah, like not sharing, like at the bottom so far you have fetish. It is a kink, right? It's a kink. It's a, I'm usually like this person's energy is one like that's like, I'm usually guarded, but you are like attracting attention. You look good, like with Dress Sexy for Me. And like, you're not like, I'm not even gonna entertain the idea of like you being with other people, with the There's Someone Else. Take the initiative. Again, very, very active sexually because of the jealous energy. Again, Dress Sexy for Me, it's out and about, it's public energy, it's social energy. So definitely. And protect yourself is also protecting themselves from like the trauma, the heartbreak. So again, being very initiative, taking the initiative so that they don't have to be put in that position, making sure that there is no one else. Okay, let me see if I can get two more. Okay, I want to taste you. Again, they get really passionate, really freaky when triggered by that jealousy. What is this? Bondage. Control issues. They may be into bondage, but again, locking you down, making sure that you're theirs. You have secret lovers. Some of you are in secret connections, private connections. You do have 12th house energy on the table, so that could be the case, and that may be part of the kink and why the jealousy is even a thing, you know, with the secrecy of a connection. Because secret lover doesn't necessarily have to either be a third party situation. It doesn't even have to be like someone that's hidden. It could just be that it's a private connection, or that the connection isn't necessarily stable. In that, I mean, if there aren't labels, if it's not clear that you two are exclusive because of whatever blurry lines you have in the connection, there could be, that's why that insecurity exists and why this person gets jealous, because this whole secret lover thing, like if you're not, like if other people don't know you're together, people are very openly pursuing you or them, and it creates this whole fantasy based one, hiding the energy, and also conquering. And that's why you have that like flirtatious energy in the 5th and 11th house. That's why you have that public energy of, oh, this person gets jealous and super expressive, because they're staking their claim. Because again, secret lover could be anything from a third party to just a very private connection, okay, or a connection that is not completely off the ground because there aren't any labels associated with it. Okay, so that is all I have for you today, pile 1. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and be notified. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 2. If you selected the pink, purple, or fuchsia colored lighter, then this is your reading to see what your person's sexual energy is like, what they're thinking, feeling, whatnot, once they're jealous. Okay, so let me do a good shuffle and we will pull to see pile 2. Person's sexual energy when jealous. Okay, let me see what's going on with your person. Memories, okay, past energy surfacing. Okay, so when they're jealous, let me see what that's all about. Lots of emotions though, lots of feelings invested in this person's jealousy. I've got a card. What is this? Clarity. You have the Ace of Swords. This person becomes very clear and expressing themselves upon their reaction to jealousy, right? This is a person that will make sure you understand how they feel about you. Must be the truth. You have the Lover's card here. And this person, when jealous, let's at the bottom, the Emperor, it is that conquering energy coming through, making sure you understand that you are theirs. And again, I was gonna say right before the Lover's card came out that this is a type of person that will tell you directly, even if they haven't before, that they love you while jealous because they're jealous. Not saying they aren't telling the truth. I do see here you have the Six of Cups and the Lovers. Very clearly they do, and they are aware of it. Like some of them may realize that they're in love with you upon having jealous feelings towards you for the first time. So that is part of how this person's just reacting to jealousy overall. But again, Emperor, that is Aries energy, very dominating, conquering, very active and passionate. The Lovers, it is Gemini energy. It is also communication and expressive. That's third house energy. But that Lover's card in and of itself, this person very, very invested in you, very passionate sexually when they have feelings of jealousy. And I'm realizing that here you have like a bit of a show. It could be a homage to like role playing and like the jealousy being a kink. But like you have the angel devil energy here. So like you begin to see like, I don't want to say like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of transformation from this person, but it's the truth. Like in jealousy, like it'll switch up. Like this person will be angry, but then they'll soften up and begin to, once they sort through their feelings, and expressive in their jealousy in the same situation. So like first reaction to jealousy is really upset, and then easing down and softening up and communicating a little clearer about what they're feeling and how. And even in that Lover's card, it is a sexual pose. That's kind of the energy that this person has, either side, not gender specific, when they're jealous. Like that's the sexual expression. It's that Lover's card. Okay, very active and passionate. Okay, and even like I could see this person, I don't want to say that they would cause a scene, but the Six of Cups, it is a play, it's a puppet show. So it almost like this person in some instances would make a scene, and once they realize that they've done that, try to like make it up to you, or like express why that happened the way that it did. What's this? We've got two cards that came through. Okay, at the bottom you have Strength, very, very strong energy coming through. Makes sense with the Emperor when this person is jealous. Again, sexual, jealousy makes them energetic sexually, okay? Very energetic. Oh, I got 3 cards here. So, could be combative, because the card I did not see is courage. So if this person is normally afraid to want to express how they feel, or if they're afraid to be very active towards you, like if they don't initiate sex with you normally, like they would have the courage to just go for it with the Emperor, and then or just be very passionate in a way that you're not used to seeing from them when they feel jealousy. And then you have the Blood Moon, which is rebirth. Again, that energy of like this person's like a whole nother person when jealous, good and bad. But sexually, it's just an energy like, okay, like this person's really, really out. And I'm not gonna lie, Blood Moon, like this person could be chaotic. They like in some instances of them causing a scene. Some of you, you know your person. It could like literally be like, it could get physical, not necessarily towards you, but with like that Emperor is conquering. It's like a fight for what's yours. So it could be that way if that's your person's energy. You have Taurus energy here, which look, that's somebody that's not trying to be played with. Okay, so you do have the Lover. So you have the Lover energy coming through twice. So this person, again, 2 sides, very, very angry and very, very loving in the same instance. So very polarizing energy coming through for this person when they get jealous. right? Like they may cause a scene, but then the sexual energy happens and they're dominating. They channel that anger into just that passion and like that whole lovingly sexually dominant energy. I don't know a way to describe it other than that, like that. So let me pull from this Moonology deck and see what else we get. Because Taurus rules the second house. It is ownership, right? So we're talking about conquering energy. Like it's like conquering and staking claim. So that would be the nature of this person's sexual energy. It would be very, very passionate, very, very thorough, because in their mind, like they're claiming what is theirs. It's very primal. Okay. Okay, my cards are sticking, sorry. I'm just like not getting a good shuffle for this deck. Okay, this should be better. Okay. So you have surrender to the divine, full moon. You have new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. And at the bottom, you have don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. So this person, let me look at it. Yeah, this person, it's that courageous strength energy coming through. It is surrendering to the connection, and like with that Ace of Swords there, this person is having to reflect on how they feel. Jealousy makes this person reflect on their true feelings. I'm telling you, a lot of you, most of you in this pile, this person realized that they loved you for the first time when they got jealous. With that Six of Cups past energy, it is a card of meditation and reflection, and you have that meditate and contemplate energy in that Pisces card. And it's not lost on me that that Pisces energy, that 12th house energy, is the house of illusions and fantasies and aspects of yourself that you don't even realize. Like this person never, like probably didn't realize that they loved you prior to one very specific jealous moment, right? And when they get jealous, they realize how deep their feelings are for you. Like they know they love you beyond that. If they like beyond the first time of realizing that they were in love with you or are in love with you upon the jealousy reminds them of how deep their love flows for you, which is why it's super passionate, okay? And that's why you have don't let pride get in your way. They're realizing that they're not willing to hide their feelings from you or themselves when they're jealous. Like that is not necessary. That pride may be more harmful than helpful. That's what they realize when jealous, and that's why they get super passionate and brave, and they just go for it with that. But I mean, the Lover's card here, if this energy feels a little scary in some instances with this person, the Lover card here twice is confirmation that this person at least means well, and that their expression is stemming from love, right? What is this? Saturn. Feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work and patience. I'll just put it here. At the bottom, you have Cardinal, which is Aries, Cancer. Is that Gemini? No, it's not. No, it's not. That is Libra and Capricorn. I know the cardinal signs is definitely Libra. So, again, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So you have that Capricorn energy coming through twice because Saturn is the planet that rules that sign. So let's see if I can... There we go. We'll put it in the frame a little bit like that. It's a bit messy, but it gets the job done. So that is initiating energy. Okay, that is why that is the same exact energy as that Emperor, which is why Aries is on that card, because Aries is a cardinal sign. So very initiating, which is beginner energy, and it is the energy of someone realizing and awakening to the concept of love and what that means. And this person, honestly, because it's cardinal energy heavily in this pile, that you too may have, or may, if this is not something that's manifested, the sexual energy between you two would happen in a moment of jealousy. That's the energy that I get. So let me pull from these love-based decks. Right, I feel like Saturn it talks about the restraint. So you two, this person is very restricted, and they would restrain themselves, but it's the jealousy, they can't hold back that expression, and that is why you get all of these confessions, right? Confession of love. You see how attracted to this person, attracted to you this person actually is when they're jealous. It's very, very passionate. Okay, I've got 2 cards. Let me see. Yeah, so okay. You've got, dang, I can't even remember which one of these is in. Okay, now I have to start over. Sorry. Don't worry, the energy is not lost. I want the reading to be authentic. And in my catching my point, when I picked up the 2 cards, one was in reverse, and I can't remember which one was, because I wasn't really looking at those. I was focusing on that bottom of the deck energy. But it's not going to go away. We've got it. Let's see. I was going to say that this person, because of the cards that I had, I could see this person, part of the restraint is that control energy, like trying to manage their control of themselves and of the situation. So not falling, I don't want to say victim, but yeah, falling victim to passion. This person has a fear of intimacy, and that goes away when they're jealous. So let's see if I can get a card from this deck. Yeah, inner fears. I said fear of intimacy, and that's what comes out. So as you face your inner fears, you recognize what is holding you back from attracting a healthy and loving relationship with others and yourself. So this person learns from their jealousy. At least there's some growth here. Like, this person isn't necessarily reveling in that toxic energy of needing to be jealous, to be passionate. The jealousy kind of triggers the aspects of themselves that they need to face, that they need to realize. Like the fear of intimacy, the fear of expressing themselves, whether just emotionally and being vulnerable emotionally or sexually. So like they have that, okay? And you do have love at first sight. The instant gravitational pull you two felt when first meeting lets you know this is a soul connection. So this may be someone that you had that love at first sight energy with, and but that expression isn't until they have to face their emotions, whether it's jealousy or something else, okay? Something about this connection scares this person intensely. And they try to maybe in some instances run, but I say downplay the intensity of it. But that goes out the window when in moments of jealousy for them, okay? Let go of control issues. Goodness, okay. It says allow the situation to unfold naturally. Again, fear of intimacy for sure. You do have the 6 of Cups. You have fear. You have release your ex. So the time has come to clear your energy. So this person in moments of jealousy, they realize, let me put this here, that a lot of what they're clinging to is past energy, which is why the first card you had that came out is the 6 of Cups. Like they start having memories of their ex. They start having memories of past connections, past situations that led to their fear of intimacy, right? This feels like a person that is working through their trauma when it surfaces. Like if it surfaces, they realize, oh, I have a problem. Like this isn't a healthy response. They recognize that. And they're committed to the work with that Saturn card. Okay. And just when I said committed to the work with the Saturn card, Saturn rules the 10th house. It actually rules Capricorn, which rules the 10th house of career and whatnot. And then I saw office affair. So like committing to the work, right? This person's very, very committed to the work. Okay. So let me get from this. So you have married with children at the bottom. It says, careful not to get entangled with an unhappily married man. Don't allow yourself to be second place. If that is you, then you know that that's a message for you specifically. But I see married with children as something, we talk about this person's fear of intimacy. That could be what that stems from, like the connection and what they fear, not only losing the connection, but just they fear intimacy. So they may fear like this may be a person that is afraid of commitment, afraid of marriage, afraid of children, things like that. So like that's why they have all of these issues surrounding intimacy and whatnot. You have social expectations. Keeping up the outward appearance, but inwardly wasting away is not fair to you or your partner. Learn to let go. Again, social expectations. Okay, married with children, that's a social expectation. This person fears that. Good on paper. You'll date someone because you should, but the factor is missing. They don't excite you. So this is a person that has issues with intimacy. And they are the type to kind of date people because it looks good on paper, because that's something they're supposed to do. The Emperor, not because there's a passionate feeling. And with you, there's this passionate feeling with all. That's why this jealousy is triggering their sexual energy and just their love and overall everything else, because that scares them with the inner fears, like actually falling in love with someone at first sight, whereas they were just hoping to do the social expectation thing, the good on paper, just finding somebody that fits, right? That's why all of this energy is the way that it is. That's why it's freaking them out. So let's get more clarity on the actual sexual nature of this person's energy and how it manifests, because I do have this Sex Answers erotic sex oracle hybrid. So let's pull that. But there's a lot of baggage this person has to unpack, and they seem to be very aware of it, because again, when it's triggered, when their jealousy is triggered, they self-assess. Okay, they self-assess. Very, very mature energy here, even though they're a work in progress. They're not perfect, but they recognize that they possibly have issues. Okay, you have the first card. It is Let's Make Love in the Moonlight. There's some references. You have the blood moon there with rebirth, so that is interesting as well. But again, references to love. So this person's sexual energy is deeply, deeply connected to love. I have 3 cards I will take. Give me 1 second. Actually, 4 cards. So you have, give me a second. Let me get myself together. This was actually at the bottom into role playing, and with that 6 of Cups energy, they could be very into role playing. That could be part of the kink with the jealousy, like it triggers that. And then you have sex with your ex. Goodness. So again, lots of baggage from an ex stemming into the connection. You have romantic in reverse, and you have going to make you mine, that conquering energy. Let me pull 1 more, and we'll take the bottom. Let me take you. Yes, very, very right. Gonna make you mine. Let me take you. That conquering energy coming through. Must have you soon. So I'm seeing that this person isn't naturally romantic. That's why you have romantic in reverse. Not because the sex with this person isn't romantic. You have it under Let's Make Love in the Moon. Like this person's jealousy brings out their romantic side, because That's just not the side that they let you see. Into role playing makes me feel like this person wears a mask a lot, due to energy, like due to whatever trauma they have associated with an ex, because there's various references to the ex on the table. So whatever happened with the ex or exes, it just makes this person wear a mask. But the vulnerability of having to process the emotions of jealousy, it brings out this person's romantic side in a way that it's normally blocked, right? But it also brings it out in a very dominating, conquering way with "let me take you, going to make you mine." That is truly embodying that emperor energy, okay? Must have you soon. It's very dominant energy, right? Very active, initiating energy, going for it. So that's this person's sexual energy when it relates to jealousy, okay, pile 2? So hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and be notified. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 3, we're gonna look at your person's sexual energy, thoughts, feelings when they're jealous. So let me get a good shuffle and we will hop into these decks. Let's see for pile 3, and that is if you selected the blue, green, turquoise, aqua, whichever color it looks like to you, colored lighter. Let's see. You've got the Death card, which is the sexual house itself, ruled by the sign of Scorpio, and this is 8th house energy, the house of sex overall. So again, very, very sexual energy. All of the piles have been there are people in this world that are not turned on by jealousy, but I don't believe that any of those people are the people any of you selecting these piles are. You have the 6 of Swords. It's funny because I spoke to, so some of you, this is actually the pile. It came through, it's 2 energies. Some of you, your person gets incredibly turned on and they begin to chase. Others of you, like they don't like the jealous games and they contemplate ending the connection with Death following, and 6 of Swords. Like it makes them flighty. So I spoke too soon. It came through that some of you, your people are not like intrigued by jealousy at all. They don't like it, and they're not having it. You have the Empress. Okay. That is Taurus energy. So you have the Scorpio Taurus axis, and you have the 10 of Wands at the bottom. Like some of you, it becomes too much. This person's not playing the games. Every time they get jealous, they want to leave you alone. Others of you, when this person gets jealous, it makes them, it does make, like they do feel sexual feelings for you, right? That's not a question. But it's from a place of, I guess, preservation. Because again, Taurus, Scorpio axis, that is 8th, 2nd house axis, which 8th is the house of sex. It is debt and inheritance. It is all of the changes and transformation that has to happen in. And then with Taurus energy, it is all of that, the stability, is assets, it is your money. So there's like financial implications too here, because those 2 houses do rule money and whatnot. So it just, there's a lot that comes with jealousy for this connection, especially with the 6 of Swords being a card of moving forward, moving on beyond something. I feel like in this connection, every time there's a situation where one of you is jealous, because I say one of you, just because this is something very intense about this one, it evolves the connection. It brings things to surface that may have not been sustainable in the connection, and then you have to work through it with that 10 of Wands. But when jealousy happens, it's like a bang. It's like very overwhelming energy. It could be arguments and whatnot, but it definitely triggers the issues with security in the connection that you two already have, with it being that 2nd, 8th house axis that's heavily affected by it, okay? That's funny because I pulled this deck. I guess this is a card. These cards wanted to come out, so we will take them. I will shuffle and get a 3rd one so that I get a true bottom of the deck. But I just picked it up and these cards fell out of the middle. You have Dream, planting moon, preparation. So I guess plans for the future could be a thing. And also could trigger issues or surrounding a family and having children, because planting moon, I see that as seeds and preparation, and the Empress can be with child, okay? Ignite. So it triggers that energy, that planting moon energy, that preparation and getting things together. You have corn moon and abundance, and I do see a wild card poking out from underneath that, but abundance. So security. I don't know what jealousy and has to do with. I mean, I do, because again, the house of sex also is the house of inheritance. So something about this connection, when when this person gets jealous, I see. Because I'm like wondering what money and finance has to do with this person's jealousy. But I think it's the intimacy and the security. It's this person, they get triggered in a sense of making sure you know that they can take care of you. So it's not even just about sex. It's I can fulfill your sexual needs. I can provide for you financially. I have all the assets you need to take care of you. Look, these are my plans. Like getting very passionate, making sure you know that they're abundant. Like this person gets overwhelmed in a way that they feel like that Six of Swords is you deading the connection and moving on to better situations, right? Because death is an ending and a transformation. Six of Swords, like it's barren land. Death could be barren land. And Six of Swords is moving on to a situation that can allow you to be the Empress, gender not specific. The Empress is very well taken care of, very nurtured and nurturing energy. It is someone with means. Again, Taurus energy. It is very stable, passionate, beautiful, having everything you need. It's a luxurious energy. So this person begins to fight for not control, but fight for making sure you understand that it is abundant with them, that you don't have to seek that elsewhere. But again, sex and money is a theme in this connection. And I'm not quite certain that I'm getting the relationship between the two of them. I guess because it's a general reading. Maybe it'll come through after I pull from some of these decks. But the relationship between money and sex in this connection is very relevant to the jealousy. Yeah, you're very close to achieving your goal. This pile is, I don't want to say it's less about sex. Sex is heavy here, but because you have, your hard work is paying off. Capricorn energy, that's 10th house, public energy, career energy, the energy of success, right? And then you have, we're talking about achieving goals here. One of, like, your person may be a workaholic with Capricorn and 10 of Wands, and like in their jealousy, it could be a conversation of making sure you understand, like I can actually hear the argument of I'm investing so much time in my career or finances to make sure that you can live this Empress lifestyle, like preparation, like you know what I mean? Like that's the energy that's coming through. You have opposition and Scorpio flying out of this deck at the bottom, the moon. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. Okay, so it's an energy of emotional lack. Like this person may recognize that they may not be investing enough emotionally in the connection, which is creating the argument, which jumped out, opposition, right? Imbalance, point of tension, a power struggle. I love that you have the opposition card coming, because your first tarot card, your last tarot card minus the bottom of the deck, it is Scorpio, Taurus, 8th house, 2nd house, axis. It is an opposition. That death card and the Empress, it is an opposition, literally, natally, in any type of astrological chart. And with you having Scorpio, right? Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. in opposition. So you may have opposing placements. You may have placements in Taurus or Scorpio that oppose one another, or both. Like, you know, one has Taurus placements, one has Scorpio placements, or it could be placements in your second, 8th house, like synastry. That's what's happening, but it's being stressed here, that opposition in that Taurus and Scorpio energy, okay? That death versus that transformation versus stability, that inheritance versus having, debt versus money, other people's money versus your money, right? Because you do have the 2nd house is your money in your chart, the 8th house is other people's money. So this could be a power imbalance regarding money in and of itself. So I don't know what that connection is relating to sex and your relationship with this person, but that seems to be a thing, the power dynamic as it relates to like money and such. So let me pull from these love-based decks, and then I'll pull from that Sex Answers Erotic Sex Oracle Hybrid. Okay. Family and friends. The support of family and friends may help strengthen this connection. And then you have explore at the bottom, take a ride and explore new scenery or each other's inner thoughts. Okay, let me pull from the other 2 decks before I say what I'm going to say. Sorry, I had to pause, but I'm glad I did, because when I came back, I realized there was messages that I hadn't quite tapped into. So I'm glad that I made myself slow down so I could pause on the second deck. But I'm realizing that like family and friends, it's coming through as like friends, like your family and friends are either really helpful or really harmful to the connection as it relates to jealousy. Like they either play into the jealousy between the 2 of you, or the one that's more jealous, like your person, if we're talking about your person, or they're helpful, like, oh, you know, don't worry about it, don't stress about it and whatnot. And I'm seeing that, yeah, like I can see specific situations coming through with jealousy as it relates to friends and family. Like you with the 6 of Swords and the Explore card, like you could literally be either arguing or dealing with a jealous situation while traveling. So it could be like while you're literally traveling on like a car ride or like a boat or like a bike. Like I said, the friends are either helpful or not helpful, like family as well. And I'm seeing that with that that opposition card and that Scorpio Taurus axis, it's basically a lot of the jealousy is based on how different you 2 are. Like in that opposition, like a lot of misunderstandings because you 2 are very different people, or like different things, and like other people trigger that sometimes, like with how hard it is. Your relationship, your connection could take a lot of work. With that hard work is paying off card and that 10 of Wands, it could be a lot of stress just in the connection naturally, and jealousy just adds fuel to the fire, right? And then I'm also with that opposition energy getting dom sub energy sexually. So it's like one of you is either really, really submissive and receptive, while the other is really, really dominant and active sexually. So like it kind of like there's that energy of being very, very different, very, very opposite, but it works for the sexual chemistry. But I could see it kind of butting heads in terms of like communication and interacting with each other in a day-to-day life. So let me get back to shuffling this other deck. I do have 2 more love-based decks. The one in my hand, one on the table, and then that Sex Answers Erotic Sex Oracle Hybrid. So let me get a card here about this person's sexual energy when they are jealous. Chemistry, right? Like I'm telling you, really, really sexual energy. Very, very compatible sexually, you 2. Very compatible sexually. At the bottom, you have reconciliation. So again, kind of like that from someone from your past is returning to your life. But again, that makeup sex kind of energy, making things right after getting into it, okay? And let me pull from this one. Yeah. definitely the case. There is some overlap with the 3 piles, I'm not gonna lie. So if you wanted to pick more than one, feel free. But I don't feel like any of the piles were like identical in story. It's just some overlap, right? I almost had one jump. Transitional love. You're attracting a relationship that serves as a transitional role. Could be the perfect pastime. So again, feeling like this situation is temporary, feeling like you two may outgrow each other, you two aren't compatible. Also, transitional feels like traveling. That is a woman on a horse. So again, traveling seems to have something to do with jealousy, like being in transit. Okay, you have intellectual affair at the bottom. It says there will be a strong intellectual bond, a love influenced by logic. Overanalyzing could be an issue. So overthinking and miscommunications affecting this connection as it relates to that. But you two really stimulate one another mentally. I will say you are intellectual equals, right? At least intellectual. So you're intellectual equals with a lot of sexual compatibility, but those differences in either the way you think or how you express it, or just something very, very different about the two of you. And like jealousy seems to trigger the awareness of how different you two are and the insecurities one or both of you may have around those differences. Okay. And it also shows, intellectual affair also shows that like jealousy kind of, you two argue when jealous. Like during a jealous stand, like you two argue, and like that's what gets you both hot and bothered. Like that's what could get you two hot and bothered if it's not a thing yet. But like it stimulates, like it gets this person's mind going, since we're technically looking from that person's perspective. And they see it as a challenge, right? A challenge to get over with that reconciliation card, and it makes them really, really want to explore you sexually and whatnot. What is this? I got a couple of cards coming out. I will take them. Let's do it in public. That's what this public energy, like all of this outside energy is. This person probably is kinky enough to want to have sex with you outside or in public or whatever. We have a few more cards. Worth waiting. Stolen kisses. So yeah, definitely giving sneaking around and having sex in public. There's someone else. That could be the jealousy, whether or not it's actual third party or cheating. It's the implication of it being someone else. So maybe it's some gossipy friends or whatever, but you do have sexual healing at the bottom. Let's see what this is. I want 2 more. Surrender. Some blindfolding energy. The lack of awareness, the booty call. So somebody could be stepping out or feeling like someone is cheating and whatnot, hiding my intentions. So there's something about some secrets coming to light. So, or it's perceived secrets, like someone either feels like someone's cheating or could be cheating or talking to somebody else, intense affair. And it creates the drama of unknown, like, oh, are you talking to somebody else? Like, what are your friends alluding to? Or like, you know what I mean? Like the friends and family in the negative sense are playing into that, or are trying to say, no, this person wouldn't do that, like don't even worry about it. So like again, that there's this energy surrounding possible infidelity surrounding the connection and how that freaks people out. But it also that booty call energy, it is the spur of the moment, let's do it in public energy. So like what are the words I'm looking for? Like it's not it's kind of like a role-playing energy of like cheating. Like in some instances, this person will even be like, okay, well, like, come on, let's do this. Is that not what you do with such and such? Like trying to like stir the pot about possible infidelity on your part, right? With stolen kisses and whatnot and worth waiting. Like, oh, you're going to make me wait. Did you make such and such wait? Like really creating more of an argument, I can see in some instances. So yeah, definitely, very interesting energy here from this pile. But again, I do see from those cards a continuation of that dom sub energy with the blindfold and whatnot. Okay, so just It's just very interesting. Let me see what's under here. Okay, you drive me crazy. So yeah, like lots of intense energy coming through for the pile. So I'm going to close it out here right now. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and be notified. Thanks for watching.